Court calls the case of the people versus Shabab Jackson.
We're ready on that matter, Your Honor.
Laura Willenbring for the people.
Mr. Jackson, could you state your name for the record, please?
Shihab Jackson.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for the probable cause conference. My client respectfully requested this matter be set for preliminary examination at the earliest possible date.
April 4th, 2023, 9 a.m. before me.
What happens before now and then with concerning bond?
What? I'm not sure I quite understand the question.
You're out on bond now, Mr. Jackson. Is there some aspect that you want to have addressed?
Yeah, I have to. Well, it's Ramadan right now, and I have religious obligations as well as work obligations in general. And for some reason, it wasn't a drug case or have anything related with drugs. And I'm on what do you call it? The daily reporting thing. And I believe I may have. I think I missed mine yesterday. I don't mean to be in violation, but I'm just sort of struggling with that and confused as to why that is.
Excuse me, sir, but what does your religious obligations have to do with your bond?
Your Honor,
If there's a way to lessen that, or like I don't see the reason for being on for drug testing.
Your Honor, having heard what Mr. Jackson has stated, we'd ask that the tether aspect or the drug testing aspect actually be reduced in this case or dismissed in this case. As he stated, there is no drug aspect to this case whatsoever, and this just serves as an added burden on him.
He's on intermediate supervision.
I'm not sure why.
I'll handle it, Mr. Jackson. I got you.
As set by the magistrate back in the beginning of March. I'm disinclined to change that at this point. I guess I'm not sure why his testing, why Ramadan would interfere with his testing.
My thoughts exactly, Your Honor, and that is why I was confused by the question.
I understand that he may have certain obligations, but I have other individuals who are engaged in the celebration of Ramadan who aren't having these issues.
Well, it's not celebratory, sir. I just fail to see the connection with the nature of my case and having to go out of my way and pay money that I really don't have and time that I don't have to drug test on this matter, especially
that's not a basis for me to change it. I thought that what he was indicating, because he had started out that it was Ramadan, and I thought that there was some interference with what he had to do, but I'm not changing it. Okay. I'm going to leave his bond as continued. We can see him on the 4th.
Thank you, Adam.
Your Honor, may I address two matters briefly?
Is it?
Yes.
Hold on, Mr. Jackson.
Your Honor, I believe his name was spelled incorrectly on the complaint. I understand it's properly spelled Shihab. It was spelled
so no first B.
That's correct, Your Honor. And his date of birth was incorrect on the original charging documents.
So is it not possible to amend the drug testing, Your Honor? I understand is it just a...
Okay, so hold on.
Yes,
hold
sir.
on. I think I already said that. And I wasn't going to say anything. I will make, Ms. Willenbring, I'll make all the changes that you want. I'm just going to tell you something, sir.
Yes, sir.
I will do what I can for people. I am also very for those that work around me. I got a message that you were very insulting to my clerks. So you ought to be that I'm
Mr.
letting
Jackson,
you
stop talking.
I can't hear. I'm just seeking clarity, sir.
Mr. Jackson, stop talking.
I'm not talking, sir.
Excuse me, sir, but you saying that you're not talking is you actually talking. So what in the doohickey are you talking about, sir?
Mr. Jackson, stop talking.
I'm not talking, sir.
So, see, it's that attitude that's the problem. So what
Sir,
I'm
a
going to
young
do
black
is I
man
will.
fighting for his wife. Attitude. I'm listening.
You need to be quiet.
I am.
This dude clearly has a problem. He just can't keep his mouth shut for 2 seconds. And did he just really try and play the race card with a black judge? Sir, both of you guys are black. That card will not work.
Sir,
Mr. Jackson, let the judge talk.
I understand. I'm not sure if there was a mute or something. I'm just making sure. I understand.
Okay, so you don't have to respond to everything that's said. You don't have to get the last word. That's not a good.
I'm not trying to. My life is on
Okay,
the line here.
all
That's
right.
all. That's all.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Put some deputies at that door right now, right down there at the door. Because he apparently just called security to get him down at that door. Because apparently he doesn't want to listen to his attorney. He doesn't want to listen to me.
Sir, I'm just seeking clarity on the matter. That is all. I promise. I'm a black man in the system, just trying to fight for his freedom. That's all.
Okay, so am I. So
You're
don't
not
even
fighting
try
for your
it.
freedom,
Don't
sir.
even try it. Don't even try it.
Don't even try
Alan,
what,
get
sir?
down there.
Tyree
Get down
Nichols,
there.
sports
Get
black
down there,
officers
Alan.
beat black
Just
people.
get down
Jackson,
there.
Sir.
Take him in.
I'm
going to find you in contempt for interrupting the court.
I'm not trying
Mr.
to-
Brown, if you've got somebody down here,
Sure,
he
I'm
can
just
come in,
seeking
he can see me in person. We'll wait for a prosecutor to get down here and I'll deal with this in person. I'm passing it right now, but right now he's being taken in because I'm not dealing with
What
him.
if
I'll
sir.
pass this matter.
Sir,
Mr. Jackson, if you will just maintain your.
Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jessica Lynn Kyle.
Mr. Ganatra, first Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of the people.
Zachary Ward on behalf of Ms. Keel, Your Honor. Can we approach very briefly on this matter?
You really want to go into a room with me
Your
right
Honor,
now?
Your Honor,
Sure,
I don't
fine.
think.
Yeah,
Your
give
Honor,
us a bench conference.
Your
Put
Honor.
Mr. Ganatra and Mr. Ward into a room with me.
Damn, this brother just couldn't keep his mouth shut, and now he's being held in contempt. That's crazy. Some people just don't get it.
Mr. Brown, is somebody coming down to talk to your client, or do we need to send him down and then bring him back up later?
I've been in contact with Ms. Gaines. I know she's there now, and she said she would be happy to speak to him for me. So thank you.
Okay. All right. So if we can let Ms. Gaines know, I think she's over in that office, and then they can see him up here if that will work. Okay.
Thank you,
Yes.
Ms. Gaines.
Counsel, state your appearances.
Laura Willenberg for the people.
Joy Gaines, Senior Assistant Public Defender, representing Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, would you state your name for the record, please?
All right. We're here. I set this already for preliminary examination, and it didn't seem to me, quite honestly, that the defendant was being cooperative with anything, and I didn't know what his problem was. And so I was considering revoking his bond and having him sit. But I would like to give him an opportunity or have counsel explain to me what's going on with this young man, because the behavior was unacceptable.
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Jackson, and I want to start with that. We did talk about, and I was able to explain to him what contempt is considered in court. We went over that the definition is a willful act, omission, or statement that tends to impair the authority or impede the functioning of the court. In the course of our conversation, I learned that in 2015, so approximately 7 years ago, during Ramadan, Mr. Jackson was incarcerated and his grandmother died, and he was unable to get a pass, go to the services, spend any last few days with her. And so this time frame specifically is very triggering, but definitely with him being involved in court again. He has indicated that he would allow me to do the talking today to demonstrate just what he's doing right now. And so with that, we are asking that Your Honor give him another opportunity to come into court on his own.
Is there anything from the people?
Your Honor, just two things briefly. I was in the process of amending his name and birth date. I did send an amended complaint over to the court. I
We
also
have received that. Go ahead.
I also wanted to mention that defendant has come to our office a few times and did drop off some materials, including a flash drive. Defense has been notified of that. And he has also tried to be connected with either myself or another APA in our office, but has been told that we cannot communicate with him because he is represented. So I just want to make sure that he understands that neither myself or another APA will be talking to him directly because he is represented by the public defender's office.
All right. Thank you. I realized he wasn't going to say anything, but
I trust
yeah,
you.
please.
So in our discussions, Mr. Jackson and I, we did talk about the fact that our office is representing him. Specifically at this time, I am the attorney, and that is part of my job, is to participate in the court proceedings. So, yes.
What's up with this dude's weird body movements and gestures? It appears that this man is having a very hard time keeping quiet.
Well, and I'm going to tell you from my standpoint, he kept trying to overtalk me, and that ultimately, and you can tell him Ms. Gaines, anybody that's been before me, that will never happen. And then, but what was so bad is the person that's trying to help you, Mr. Brown, is trying to get you to be quiet, and you kept talking. And I don't know where you thought you were going to get to, but I can tell you right now, you do that in my court, this is where it leads. I can't tell you necessarily that you're going to listen to your attorney, but you're certainly not going to sit up there and interrupt them. And I'll tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. And when I see somebody that's not listening to their attorney, especially somebody that's esteemed as Mr. Brown, and others telling you what to do, that's a person that's not going to listen to anything. I have to almost believe they're not going to listen to anything I'm telling them to do. Those are the people that end up getting themselves incarcerated. I'm then also very disturbed that you've got defense counsel, and then you're down at the prosecutor's office. I don't even know why you're down there. Well, you're trying to give them something or whatever, and you're trying to give them something. You haven't told your attorneys that what you're doing. That doesn't even make any sense. It's almost like you want to get locked up. I will be honest with you, sir. I looked at the charges and see your previous record. I get what may have happened to you in 2015. I see the timing of it when I'm looking at your record, but then I see what you did afterwards. Whatever your thoughts are, you just got to do better. There is no reason coming in here today that this should even be occurring. Tell you what, I'm going to trust Ms. Gaines. Ms. Gaines tells me that I should give you another chance. And Mr. Brown told me the same thing, that I should give you another chance. These are these people you won't listen to, by the way. But if they tell me to give you another chance, I'll give you another chance. But I'm going to let you know you don't have any other opportunity with me to mess up. You mess up, I'm sending you. Am I understood? I'm also going to add so I will continue his bond. He can be released to custody. I have the amended complaint. I am going to also add as a condition of his bond to be entered into lien that you are not to go within 500 feet, except if you're going to, well, that's outside of the 500 feet of the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office in downtown Ann Arbor. You understand that?
He's indicated yes, sir.
Pardon?
He's indicated yes, sir.
All right, very good. So we're adding that to lien. So I want you to know what that means. If you're within 500 feet of their offices, police officers come on you, they can arrest you on that. So don't say you didn't understand because I explained it to you. Anything further?
No, thank you.
All right, his bond can continue. He can be released. Thank you, Ms. Willenbrink, for waiting around.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, he sure got lucky that the judge released him. He better not try that foolishness on his next court date. The judge already warned him.